Hello everyone, you're watching an execution gameplay on the map Training Grounds, and it's going to be a bit more of an aggressive inside my mind gameplay with some honestly evil moments from myself. So let's get right into it. I'm the front spawn, so you're going to see me go for the grenades quite often in this match. Where you spawn makes a big difference in Gears 5, as the distance could be the difference between you getting somewhere first or last, so the fact that I'm a front spawn is going to pay huge dividends throughout this match. I get the instant grenades no problem, and I rotate it over to the M-bar area, which is a nice area to do so because it's a fairly tight space, so it's a little harder for players to see you with the weapon. A note about the instant grenades, I find that it's actually much easier to land your instant grenades if you're aiming for the cover that a player is on or the floor of where the player is going to be. So give that a try. It's a lot easier to hit something that's not moving than it is to try to swing at a player that is moving. I find I have a lot of success when I take that mindset to the instant grenades. Fast forward a bit here, we're a man down, but we have pretty good map control, and you're going to see I pick up a nice kill with the instant grenades in a second. If you want to die, take cover where this player is taking cover, especially if the enemy team has the area that I'm in. I use the lefty aim switch, so he could not really see me swinging the instant too well, although if he had a good headset, I'm sure he would have heard it. So that was a good little move by me to make what looked like it could be a difficult kill fairly easy. Some sloppy Lancer shots, primarily because I'm a touch concerned in the back of my head that I might get dinged by the M-bar, which I know is still out there. I rotate, and sure enough, there is the M-bar in a terrible position. He should have been up top a lot earlier because he would have had a line of sight on me and just a better view overall. So that was a poor positioning choice on his part. Cool little movement option I like to do. You SWAT turn and then run forward, and you're going to see that I do it again. It's a nice way to be aggressive in a bit more of an unpredictable manner, and it's very easy to do. You literally SWAT turn, and then halfway through it, just start running forward, and I find that that's a great little movement option that I love to use in a lot of situations. So I am actually going to fast forward here a bit. As much as I love execution, you know it can get very stalematey, and that's not something you want to watch from a viewer perspective, so I do try to extract the good stuff worth talking about. When it does get into a stalemate situation, your best bet is to set up around where the next power weapon is going to spawn up, because that's really going to be what propels you forward in the round, and that's exactly what I do. But I made the mistake of not protecting myself very well after I got the instants, and a very good push by the enemy players has led us to our first loss for a fairly long round. Second round, and I'm going to push in for the grenades again. It makes such a big difference being at the front. If you've tried to go to the grenade area, that player was probably second or third spawn. He gets in late, and it's just too late by that time. So you really do need to be strategic, especially if you're playing with your friends, as to who's going to be pushing where, depending on the spawn points you have off the bat, especially for non-respawn game modes, but even for modes like TDM. I push now over to this side, which is going to open up the drop shot area to my friends. This is a great lane to push in, and when you pull attention away from the players, then that opens up a window for a weapon grab, and if they choose to keep shooting the person picking up the weapon, of course you have a free shot at them. No comment on what you just saw the past 3-4 seconds there. That's just me being weird with my friend. I'm not going to push down any further in spawn because I'm pretty sure a player is set up there, and I have a pretty good angle as it stands. A quick word about TACCOMing. The X-ray vision, or whatever you want to call it, is very effective for not only seeing where players are, but seeing what weapons they have. So earlier there, I was actually able to see that the player had a sniper out, so I'm going to keep my head down a lot more knowing that information. Some more fast forwarding so you don't have to watch boring stuff. You're welcome for cutting it out. And in this round, you're going to see that I am a bit more aggressive on the side, just true to what I was saying earlier about using this lane to push up. This puts this player in such a poor predicament. He either looks at me or looks at the weapon, and then, it's just too much for him to handle by himself, and then I get a very nice angle, which opens us up to the Super Lancer. Yes, that's right, the Super Lancer. I have unilaterally decided that that's what it's going to be called. The Lancer grenade launcher just doesn't roll off the tongue right, doesn't feel right. So please address this weapon as the Super Lancer going forward, as I refuse to address it as anything else. I thought this player was still there, but I'm pretty sure he ran to the back of the spawn. It was actually kind of hard to see with the way the cover is set up. But at this point, I'm thinking there's not much going on over here, so it's time to rotate over to the other side of the map to see if I can use this weapon to pick up a kill there or help teammates out. I'm a little bit late there, and I see this player up here, and you're going to see, well, first of all, this is embarrassing, but I tried to see if I could shoot the grenade launcher from the bottom. No, you can't, but you know, you never know these things unless you try, so, you know, some forgiveness, people, please. Now, this is going to be the most innovative teabag you've ever seen. I'm pre-teabagging while this player is still alive because I know I'm going to kill him. I just need to wait for the instance. I'm not even sure if he can see me, but I really hope he can. And here we go. I got the instance, and he's taking cover here. I know where he is, and I'm literally just going to whip it at the wall. I wasn't sure if I'd get a kill doing that, but the wall is thin, and once again, people, if you don't try, you never know. So I was able to pick up a kill there. And that going forward, I've been doing that on plenty of maps. When there's a thin cover and you whip an instant at it, it honestly just goes through most of the time. So that's a great trick to have as well. So an easy finish here, and once again, just focus on aiming at the ground or where the player is going to be or the cover they're on, and it's just so much easier to pick up instant kills. So now for some more aggressive rushing into the grenade area. I'm going to get flashed here. Now, the flash has been updated, but at the time of this match, it was not. And if you get flashed, you're stunned for a while at the time that I did this. So I just booked it out of there. There was a player who was down, so I whipped a grenade to clean him up. I got a nice bonus out of that. His teammate tried to help him. And obviously, if you like grenades, you know that not only are they good for cleaning up downs, but it's a great way to bait out other players and pick up kills because people will naturally try to run to save their teammates unless they're just, you know, toxic players or really just couldn't care less, like some of the buddies I play with who leave me to die. Some more fast forwarding here. You can see that I'm starting to feel myself a bit in the sense that I'm just kind of fooling around. These players have given me way too much leeway at this point, and that's not something you want to do. I find that if you allow a player to build confidence, they land shots more and they're just more prone to making good plays, and that's what you're starting to see for me, which is why these tidbits of evilness come out, or you can see that I'm just being aggressive. So even here I have two people lancering at me, and in my head I'm thinking, you know what, I'm pretty sure I can push these guys and take them anyway because they have not proven otherwise, and that's exactly what I do. And I push here and I get a couple easy kills, and I'm so sorry for what you're about to see, folks. Shield your eyes. If the Canadians are doing this and being toxic, who can we look for comfort? So in my head, those players were sitting back, and I need some XP, pretty desperate here, so I didn't feel too bad about Y butting them or whatever button it is in Gears, a B button, God knows. And now we're in a 2v3 situation. So I don't know how that happened, but it did. And I push here with some help from a buddy who's crossing. Obviously, when you're outnumbered, I've said this before, your best option is to find those 1v1s and really push for them because you're probably not going to get a better opportunity than that. So this player is about to humble me in a sec. Just an amazing push by him. He hit his first shot and follows up very well and takes me out. And I feel like that's a really important kill to get just to shut down somebody who feels like they're doing well. So I push in here again. Notice how I chose to keep going in despite being stunned. I knew that I had stunned them. I was already further ahead, so I just bit the bullet and went in. As soon as I got in, I wasn't worried about picking up the grenades. I was worried about killing whoever was going to come after me. So that's another huge benefit about fighting for power weapons. I feel like a lot of players have this mindlessness where they go for a power weapon and they just pick it up whether or not it's safe to do so or not, or even whether or not that is their best option on the table. The other benefit when you're fighting for power weapons is that the other team is going to get nervous at the option you have of picking up that weapon if they're not careful. So that will make players do silly things and make mistakes, and sometimes that's what you want to do. You want to press for a weapon, not necessarily to grab it, but to have control of the area so that the players get nervous and make stupid mistakes. Speaking of stupid, that's me chainsawing at the end of the round. I don't advise doing that, but have a little fun every now and then, and if you die, you die. So once again, this is the same story as the last round. I push in, I'm not worried about the grenades, and these players make some stupid mistakes pushing in because they're just so worried about me having the grenades, when at that point they probably should have just surrendered it. You're going to see, and this is one of the last things I have time to talk about, is my spacing was just poor with the grenades, and I took this guy with me, but my teammates are going to finish up, and that's actually going to be the match. So a little bit different in terms of style. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.